Hey, it's surfing. Victorian report, Saturday the 18th, July 2026.
Where's the big one?
Got the blessing of the kids here today and Suey. Some rocks in the rock pool.
Is mine
Victoria is in the sweet spot of a classic winter high pressure pattern. The powerful Southern Ocean swell that dominated earlier in the week has eased into a highly surfable range, while light northwesterly winds are creating clean conditions across most of the coastline.
Did you hear that? It was like, Psh.
For many surfers, today is the most versatile day of the week. There is still enough groundswell for quality waves on exposed beaches, while the protected reefs remain clean and approachable. The combination of lighter winds, manageable swell, and stable weather means nearly every region has a worthwhile option. What do you got to say, Chloe? How's the conditions today, mate?
It looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and clean, not too wild.
No.
It is. It's pretty nice today. Should we just pan over here? Look, this set over there.
Whoa. That looks.
It's a fair bit of size in the water this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, they look big-ish.
Oh, big-ish. I like that. So you're saying you'd give these a tackle?
Maybe.
Yeah, when you get a bit more confidence?
Yeah.
A bit more strength? You did some swimming at school this week, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay, so the statewide overview, a broad high pressure system remains over southeastern Australia, maintaining relatively light winds and low sea states. Today's marine pattern, primary swell, west to southwesterly, swell period approximately 12 to 15 seconds on exposed beaches. Winds, northwesterly 10 to 15 knots, tending lighter and more variable through the afternoon. Seas below 1 metre across most Victorian waters. Weather, partly cloudy with cool winter temperatures. The long period groundswell continues to produce occasional larger set waves despite the easing average wave height.
No.
Chloe, what am I... Give me that.
Why?
It's just picking up in the background. Surf Coast and Torquay. The Surf Coast again offers the cleanest surf in Victoria. The open coast west of Bells still receives around 2 to 3 metres of west-southwest swell, while the reefs around Torquay filter that energy into clean, organised surf. Expected surf for Bells Beach is 3 to 4 feet. Winky Pop is the same at 3 to 4 feet. Jan Juck also at 3 to 4 feet. Torquay Point will just drop a fraction to 2 to 3 feet. Cozy Corner down to 2 feet. Open beaches west of Bells will be at 4 to 6 feet in height. The northwesterly breeze remains offshore for Torquay's reefs, producing long walls and excellent shape. Best window, sunrise until midday. Conditions should remain clean through most of the day as winds stay relatively light. Hazards, although the swell has eased, expect occasional long period clean-up sets. Sweep remains noticeable around Bells and Winky Pot, particularly on the lower stages of the tide. With an early morning low, early afternoon high, evening will be a falling tide. Surf Coast today's rating is a 9 out of 10. Now for Mornington Peninsula. Today's offshore northwesterly wind transforms the peninsula's exposed beaches. The swell has eased into a far more manageable range while retaining plenty of power. Expected surf for Gunnamatta would be 4 to 6 feet, St Andrews at 4 to 5 feet, Rye Back Beach 4 to 5 feet, Portsea Back Beach 5 to 7 feet, Flinders 3 to 4 feet. The long period swell continues producing powerful set waves, but with much cleaner faces than earlier this week. The best window, first light through early afternoon. The rising morning tide should help improve shape across many banks. Hazards on the peninsula are the strong rips that remain active around Gunnamatta and Portsea despite the cleaner appearance. Intermediate surfers should continue choosing smaller banks rather than the biggest peaks. Mornington Peninsula today is an 8.5 out of 10. Phillip Island and the Bass Coast. Phillip Island enjoys another quality winter day. The lighter wind provides clean conditions while enough swell continues to reach Woolamai and the Basque Strait coastline. Surf at Woolamai will be around the 4 to 5 feet as well. Forest Caves, 3 to 4 feet. Smiths Beach, 2 to 3 foot. Surfers Point, 2 to 3 foot. YCW, 1 to 2 foot. Cap Bay, 1 to 2 foot. Kilcunda and Cape Woolamai remain the largest options, while the island's protected breaks offer cleaner, more forgiving surf. Best window is early again until early afternoon. Light winds should persist through much of the day. Hazards, the combination of long period swell and deep gutters still creates powerful sweep at Woolamai. Rock platforms remain slippery following this week's large swell, and Phillip Island's rating today is an 8 out of 10. East Gippsland continues its gradual improvement. The Bureau forecasts northwesterly winds around 10 knots, tending west at 10 to 15 knots during the morning before easing later. Seas below 1 metre, southerly swell at 1 to 1.5 metres, increasing to 2 metres in the far east. Expected surf, Lakes Entrance, 1 to 2 feet. 90 Mile Beach, 2 to 3 foot. Cape Conran, 3 to 4 foot. Malakuta region, 3 to 4 foot. Today's lighter wind should improve quality across the exposed beaches, especially during the middle of the day. And the best window is late morning through to the afternoon. Hazards. Lakes entrances, or should I say ocean entrances, particularly around the Gippsland lakes, continue to experience strong tidal movement despite relatively calm conditions offshore. East Gippsland's rating for today is a 6.5 out of 10. Now, Victorian water temperatures are approximate, and these are sea temperatures remaining steady pretty much throughout the region at 14 degrees Celsius through Surf Coast, Mornington Peninsula and Phillip Island, with a variable 1 degree over there in East Gippsland between 13 and 14 degrees Celsius. The quality 4.3mm wetsuit remains ideal, with boots recommended for reefs and the longer sessions. So the week ahead for Victoria. Sunday, the high pressure system remains dominant. Northerly winds gradually develop. Surf coast will be 2 to 4 feet. Mornington Peninsula will be 3 to 5 feet. Phillip Island will be 3 to 4 feet. East Gippsland will be 2 to 3 feet. Morning will again be the cleanest period before afternoon sea breezes freshen the actual texture, the surface texture of conditions. And tomorrow's rating will be 7.5 out of 10. On to Monday, northerly winds strengthen ahead of the next weather change. The surf coast becomes smaller while exposed beaches retain the most rideable surf. Mornington and Phillip Island should continue producing the best beach break conditions, and the rating for Monday is a 6.5 out of 10. Tuesday, forecast confidence decreases. Current guidance suggests increasing cloud and a possible new frontal system approaching Western Victoria later in the day, with fresh swell likely arriving on the surf coast first, and the rating for Tuesday is 5.5 out of 10. Chloe, you got something to say, mate?
Yeah, the waves are really big and they're splashing up to the rocks.
Are they?
Yeah, it looks so cool when they splash. And
Right.
it's like a big boom of water.
Yeah, okay. And I just noticed there as well, there's a bit of sea kelp that will go flying in the air every now and then as well. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it looks so weird. It's like blah, blah.
And can you hear those bigger sets cracking on the shallow rocks out there with like thunder?
Yeah, it sounds like thunder. For a second, I thought it was.
Right. Should we nickname this one Thunder Reef?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the report here. Moving on to Wednesday it is, next week. If the approaching front develops as expected, Western Victoria should receive the first pulse of fresh southwest groundswell with central and eastern beaches following later. Confidence remains moderate this far ahead. Regional comparison throughout. For today, Surf Coast 5 stars, sunrise to midday. Mornington Peninsula 4 stars, early morning, early afternoon are the best times. Phillip Island 4 stars, morning is the best. I could perceive that throughout the entire day, Phillip Islands might be actually pumping. East Gippsland 3 stars, late morning to afternoon. Best bets, advanced surfers, Bells, Winky Pop, Gunnamatta, Woolamai. Intermediate surfers, Jan Jark, Torquay Point, Flinders, Smiths Beach. Yeah. Sure did. And there's 3 more. Can you see the 3 more coming in the set?
Yeah, they look like they're going to be big.
Yeah, let's put the camera on them. There they are, marching in like good little soldiers. Beginner surfers, sheltered Torquay beaches, protected Western Port locations, and smaller surf coast reefs. The final call is that Saturday delivers exactly what winter surfers hope for. Clean offshore winds, long period groundswell, and manageable wave heights across nearly the entire Victorian coast. Yeah. It's all bubbly water too.
Like we turned around and then all of a sudden it's just going crazy.
Yeah, like a spa bath down there. The surf coast remains the standout with polished reef conditions and excellent shape from first light through lunchtime. The Mornington Peninsula and
Many thanks to Jane Bunn for this invigorating and accurate forecast down here on the Mornington Peninsula. Currently out in Blairgowrie, beautiful sunshine, calm conditions.
Oh, we don't say where we are, Sue. We don't give away the location as surfers. We keep it secret. We're at Spot X.
We've got some lovely Jane Bunn bumps happening.
Don't touch, please, Chloe, unless you really want to be the camera lady.
I can't see. I want to go up. Go up.
How long are we going to be there?
There you go. You can take that for a wander, Chloe. You can give everybody a good report of the waves and the conditions here. Just wrapping up the final call here, Jane Bunn. And before we were ultimately interrupted, the surf coast remains the standout with polished reef conditions and excellent shape from first light through lunchtime. The Mornington Peninsula and Phillip Island both offer quality beach break surf under favourable offshore winds.
Mornington Peninsula is looking good for coffee as well. If at any point you buggers want to get out of bed, just go and find your surf conditions so we can go and get some coffee. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you, and over and out.
So it's offshore winds are under favourable offshore winds while East Gippsland continues to improve. I'm just going to start that again. The Mornington Peninsula and Phillip Island both offer quality beach break surf under favourable offshore winds, while East Gippsland continues to improve with lighter winds and clean, smaller waves. If you're only heading out once this weekend, today is the day to make it count. And thanks for tuning in, everyone, to Hey Hey It's Surfing, the Victorian Port, Saturday, 18th of July, 2026. Signing off.
You!
Signing off, Misty.
Can we go get coffee now?
Theo, do you want to sign off? Want to sign off?
How do you do that?
Everybody, thank you for tuning in today at the Hey Hey It's Surfing Victorian Report, Saturday edition, 18th of July 2026.
Bye.
It's rowdy. Look at this blowhole.
Where?
There he is. There he goes.
Here's your mic if you want to take the camera for a wander.
Wow.
You can get up and walk with it, Chloe.
How?
Who's he?
Yeah.
There he goes.
He really tries his life and it's been nasty.
Does he not do it though?
He does. He sort of
Like a little impersonator.
does that.
No, he's in a big one.
Yeah, no one has like big crazy stuff. We saw him the other day when Clifford was up in his rock pool. Did you see Clifford's rock pool?
Yeah.
Boo.
Been using that as well.
Yeah.
A lot of water in that lip. Like that. The insects.
You see that? It's like bone crushing.
Yeah, that's why you know.
Yeah.
That's why you want to be inside the bar. That's a safe spot. So just blowing out the back. So yeah, that's why it proves easily because they get absolutely annihilated by the black rocks. See it? Oh, oh. Right where the wave breaks. You see it when the wave sucks up, pokes its head out.